so many nuggets of wisdom on Kalam, and I think that from your industry, before direct sales, into direct sales, you shared so much stuff with us. Now let's zoom in into how you got started with PM. So you were the first Asia Pacific sales director. Can you share with us a little bit about that?
So after when my upline Mr Lum offered me the dream, I saw the opportunity of his product. And the company, being a German company, first German company in Asia, to me this is the greatest opportunity. And when there was a vacancy, when I heard that the company is looking for someone to develop, open a market in Asia, is where I went to Germany to have an interview, and I was employed as a sales director for Asia Pacific. My responsibility is to open a market, set up regional office. My first regional office was in Singapore, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, and then Japan, finally China, Chengdu. That was how I got started. During this period, after coming back from Germany for an interview, within 2 weeks, I was lucky. I met Susanna in Pasar Malam, in the market. Susanna is a honky from Hong Kong. I know her from my former company. And we have lost touch for many years until one day it looked very familiar. Then I saw it was her. But at that time, she put on so much weight. So I asked her about where he has been and so on. And then we sat down and I talked about PM and Fitline. The first reaction he gave me was, Lum, I'm not interested in Fitline because I'm very happy with my nutrition product, which American company, we have been taking it for more than 10 years. I'm very happy with the product. Now, in most cases, if you don't have strong conviction on the company and the product, ordinary leader will say, okay, thank you very much, but I never give up. Because I know Susanna is my general, my first general. He objected simply because he knows nothing about the company. He knows nothing about the product. The most important, he has not tasted the product. This why to me is an opportunity when he said no. If you see, I'm very happy when people tell me no, I'm very happy because it's open for me to do a presentation. It's up to me to convince her, to show her what is Fitline and the product. So I fixed her a drink. After the drink, 5 minutes later, the first reaction was, Lum, what happened? What did you give me? It's a fake flush. You see, when I met the first time, I know. First impression, remember this. Any presentation, first impression is the most important presentation. You miss that, you will never get a second chance from the same person. So when I mix the Activize, I always call it Activize Gao. You know, you go coffee shop, coffee Gao, right? Activize Gao. I put six spoons. Let her try. This one she get the immediate result. So he started to ask me question. Again, it was the product that convinced her. What I did was a simple action to mix the drink that where everybody can do it. I was only with the company for 2 weeks. I know nothing about the company very much. I don't know about all the product, but I remember what my other did to me. Just fix me the drink. I duplicate the same thing, and he was so convinced about it. And when we go back to Hong Kong, I just give her one set of optimal set. The basic, the restaurant, and the Activize. He took back and he continued drinking the product. But what amazes me was this general of mine. I know that this general is full of initiative and a lady of action. He took my Activize in Hong Kong and started do the same duplication that I did. Hey, we only met 1 or 2 twice in Pasar Malam. And after that, he do the Activize to all his friends out of curiosity. He wanted to see how his friend respond. And surprising, all the friends responded the same way he responded as the way I responded. Then he saw the market and he kept calling me on the phone on a daily basis. At that time, there's no internet, everything on phone call, telephone bill is expensive. He keep calling me. This is the sign of the character of a general. It comes back to you. Okay. Then I follow up, and finally he started to order product. I set up 6 set, 5 set, 7 set. And we come to a stage where he wanted to buy more. More and more people wanted to buy. At that time, Hong Kong, we don't have office yet. So I have to arrange a group, multiple products, especially a product of IMN, 10,000 pounds. Okay. So again, I'm thinking, how to deliver to her? Then one idea came to my mind. I told my family, let's go for holiday. I got 3 daughters, then my son, my wife, including me, 6 of us. We go for holiday. I said, all right, let's go for holiday. Papa pay everything. But one condition, you don't bring your clothing, all your luggage. Bring minimum clothing. Bring your luggage, and I want to put all the IMM product in the luggage. So they agreed. So we went to to Hong Kong, and we reached Hong Kong. All the 6 persons interested in the business were already waiting for me at the airport. Again, this is the action of a general. When the engineer said go, all the other leaders, whom as far as I'm concerned is Susanna in general, because he's also very good in selecting her leaders. All came to me at the airport. I opened the luggage. Everybody was rushing for all the product. They want to take the product back because they are eager to demonstrate to their friends. Out of 7 people that meet me in the airport on that day, only one of them said, "No, I'm not interested. Marketing ain't too slow. No office in Hong Kong yet. Okay, you got to deliver products from Malaysia, so troublesome. I'd rather do my other company." Her other company is actually all the money game. Has been jumping from one money game to another company. Fine, I respect her decision. So out of 7, 6 of them stay back. Today, after 15 years, all these 6 leaders are president and above. They are earning enormous passive income. That's where I'm very happy. They realize what I say. When the company is new, PM International, first German company in Southeast Asia, in Asia, and Hong Kong, you are one of the pioneers. You better work hard. You better work damn hard, and people are not working. When people start to work, that's the time you should relax. That was what my wife to them was 15 years ago. Today, they are enjoying a kind of lifestyle, unbelievable lifestyle which they have never dreamt of 15 years ago. Look at the income, the passive income. I saw the income. My God, I'm very happy that you all achieved this kind of income. So that's where I'm very happy that these 6 leaders that stay with me, they really make it until today.
So many nuggets of wisdom there. First of all, disclaimer: Activized Cow is an Uncle Lam thing. Okay, just for the purposes of I cannot recommend that. But hey, I get it. You don't get a second chance for a first impression. Totally agreed.
Yeah.
I want to go back to something that you said right in the beginning with Susanna. By the way, Susanna is now my godma. Hi, Kemma. Right? And she's a Champions League now, which is incredible. And so in the beginning, you said that she had a lot of objections, and you said something about objections which I love. Objections don't mean no; it means you have not given enough reason for someone to say yes. Right? So we don't give enough reason for someone to say yes. You will always get objections like no money, no time, ask my wife, ask my husband, etc., etc., etc. Okay, and what you should really be hearing is not a rejection. You should really be hearing that, tell me more. Yes. And I think that's exactly what Michael did. Tell me more, right? And what a story that of real perseverance and grit through these last 15 years. And I'm sure through these last 15 years, there have been up and downs, as in every business. Share with us some of your greatest achievements. I'd love to hear that.
I remained as a sales director for 6 years. I started with the company in 2007. And 2013, after 6 years in the management, I really feel very tired. I think all my children has grown up and they're earning very well. And I told myself it's time for me to do something that I want to do. Something that I missed while in my younger day. I love fishing. I love to play mahjong. I love to do gardening. I like hiking. And I became a very serious art collector. I collect art, oil painting, all over Southeast Asia. So it's something I like to do. So for 6 years, I retired and remained as a distributor. So I retired for 5 years. So I retired at age 60. So at age 65, this 5 during my retirement, this all I've been very busy with all my hobbies. Even the CEO of PM-Malaysia Rockstar invite me to certain meeting in Germany. I told him I'm very busy. I tell him I'm busy doing my job.
Now he knows.
This is where, but what amazes me was while actively involved in my hobby, I saw my sales, personal group sales, escalating from 10 million, 25 million, 50 million, up to 140 million ringgit a month. Wow, that was something that I never achieved before in my entire life in 20 whole years in direct selling. It was a record breaking for me. I can say that it is the product that the repeat sale. People love the taste. People see the result. And of course, people feel safe because of all the potential that we have put into the product. So the repeat sale was fantastic. I struck because out of the 50 to 140 million ringgit sales a month, it's all not new sales. Most of them, majority, are all repeat sales every month. And that is where I like the system of PM International. Once you make him your customer, he become your customer for life. That's why I become lazier and lazier lah. This is where I'm talking about passive income, you know. So this where, and I would say that the 90% of my total sales come from one person. You know who is that? Thank you, Susanna. That's why never give up when you see a general. That's like Wolf guy from Australia fly all the way to see me. If I'm just an ordinary KLFA, you think he will take time to come and see me? That's why your selection of people is very important. When you do your limb listing, you classify them into 3 categories. The first category is the hot prospect. Hot prospect are your leader, your general. The second one are second category, neither here or there. Okay, still can be groomed into a leader. The third one are mostly your. If you have no prospect, you can see them. So this is where, when I first started the time, I only considered the first category one, my general. I'm not looking for customer. I'm looking for people builder because I am a people builder and I want to associate with leader with who are also people builder. Customer can come later. When he's a business builder, customer will automatically come. Automatic. So rather than spend so much time on the product and the customer, you know, then later on, it may take some time for you to be convinced about the business. So I rather do always my presentation. I always do presentation, business and product come together. There's no you never see me talk about product. You try first lah. 3 months later or 6 months later, you come talk to me about business. I never do it because I always remember people give you one chance. There's no guarantee that he will repeat his purchase in 6 months time. You cannot guarantee repeat in 6 months time. You cannot guarantee. But if I open my option with business and product presentation, I got 2 options. I'm giving him 2 choices. Either one, you have to choose one. Either business or the product. Or better still, you like the business, you like the product, you like what you call the company. This is where you open yourself to more choices in that manner.
Love what you just said. It's so true, right? I mean, everybody's busy, everybody's time is absolutely precious. So when you have the precious time to sit down with somebody, have the respect to be professional and boom, tell them all the information that they need. Don't think that they will be coming back a second time or a third time or a fourth time, right? You need to give them everything, all the information they need to make an enlightened decision and to follow up with that decision. So I think that's something which is absolutely, no, it's true, right? I mean, I think that's something that I think all of us can learn from. I mean, sometimes we take for granted, they know, oh, we can contact this person again, we can follow up again in 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but life gets in the way, things get busy, and you know, then we never know what's going to come from that, right? So you took a 5-year, beautiful, let's call it sabbatical. Okay, I was very jealous seeing all your wonderful photos fishing around the world. By the way, Uncle Lam has got 3 art galleries. Okay, so if you want to buy art, he's also your man. He'll talk to you about it all day, all night. Okay, and then in 2018-19, right? That is around the time when something magical happened, when your son wanted to get started in the business. And that's something we talk about so much in PM, that our company was built for generations, the business is built for generations, and today you are working with your son within PM.
Okay, before I answer that question, there's another strong reason why I came back to work as a distributor at age 65. During the retirement, I realized that I enjoy my life. I spend like crazy. Okay, I travel like crazy. Then it comes to a point I realized that, hey, today's income must be settled by today's expenses. No, today's expenses must be settled by today's income, not on yesterday's saving. If you keep on spending on yesterday's saving, your problem becomes my children's problem. So my children also they have their own problem. How can they look after you? That's why I see some families, when they get old, they are very scared of spending. They're scared of spending because they got no new source of income to support them. And so certain days they have to end up in old folks home. In Singapore, those days I saw some old folks working in kopitiam, cleaning the table, take away the glass and so on. Hey, you think they want to do that? Because they realize that they have to meet their monthly expenses and they cannot be living on their future income or the saving or on the saving. That's why I realized that was a powerful motivation. I told myself at age 65, it's very important for me to have financial freedom, be independent financial freedom. I don't want to depend only on my children, and I can continue to spend whatever I like. When I go to a restaurant, I don't look at the right hand side. I look at the left hand side. What I want to eat, that's it. I don't care what the price is. This is the kind of lifestyle I want to maintain all this while. I come back to my son. See, my son being a graduate, and it's very difficult to convince and speak your son to join your father's business. And especially, he's so educated compared to me. My highest education is only secondary, Form 4. So I don't believe him. People with highly educated, somehow or other, we talk about marketing job or networking or direct selling. No, seriously. They rather become a professional. He was a banker for 5 years, and after that, after 5 years, he got tired to be an employee. He said he wanted to start a business. So he has identified bubble tea from Taiwan. So we went to Taiwan, negotiated for a franchise for Indonesia. So he went down to Indonesia, started all the stores in 5-star mall. Started with 8 stores in 5-star mall. Renovation, all this cost you a bomb. And Indonesia is something that we only realize too late. When you rent for 3 years, you have to pay 3 years rental in advance. My God, then I realized it was very heavy on me. So when your children approach you, they want to start a business, you tell me as a parent, will you support? Definitely I support. So after 5 years in business, initially the business was very good. People queuing up to buy bubble tea. After that, it became bubble. Too many competition coming in. So even he employed 50 people, then he realized that he's working for his employee. Whatever income goes to the employee 50. Rental, there's no income for him. And just imagine he struggled in Indonesia alone, renting a room in a hostel every day on her own. The only reason I supported him is not the business. I know this kind of traditional would die eventually, but I want him to learn a lesson. I want him to learn to be independent, alone, without support, no friends in Indonesia, and see how he survives. Okay? I want him to develop the survival skill. Let him know how difficult it is in traditional business. So then I invite him to look at Fitline. Of course, rejection, being I'm a professional, with a degree. This is a problem with some people who are highly educated. But fortunately, 20 years ago, I read one book by Robert Kiyosaki. Wow, that book was my turning point. You know what he said? if you want to be rich in the next millennium, it's not the number of degrees that you have. It's a number of languages that you speak. But that was something that is really picking me up. So I told my son, look, okay, not everything is lost. Let's go to Germany at one of the World Congress and observe yourself and see whether this business is suitable for you. So we went there. Then so happened on that day, one young girl, Italian girl, 18 years old, was on stage giving her testimony. He was invited on stage simply because he was already earning 10,000 euro a month. So my son was amazed, 18 years old, 10,000 euro a month, close to 50,000 ringgit a month, you know. So when she came down, she went to talk to her, how she did. So after talking, communicated with her, she was very excited. Coupled with, you see the crowd, 7,000 people in the hall. Most of them, a lot of young people, driving BMW, Porsche, Mercedes. He could even got more excited. So he came back and started, Mama, I'm ready. See, what I do was, as a parent, sometimes it's very difficult to convince your children to take away business. Very hard. You try to ask your friends, it's very difficult. Okay, they don't want to listen, they rather listen to a third party. I leveraged on the company World Congress to convince him. I did the right thing. So when he came back, and then I had very strong requirement, he decided to join me. I don't care what's your background, I don't know how educated you are. You come in, you have to learn from the scratch, right at the bottom. Follow my way or the highway. Very simple, there's no two way about it, even to you're my son. So he followed, I said, you follow, you just observe how I do my presentation. Okay? Observe. Ask questions. After 2 or 3 presentations, I said, okay, now you do it. I will observe you. After presentation, I will give credit. And I'm not generous. I'm very critical. A hantam means a hantam. This way to train. That's why in training, sometimes don't be too nice. You think they're too nice, you think you're helping him. No, you're actually killing him. So sometimes you can be strict in handling training people. You want to groom up leaders, sometimes you have to be strict. Tough. To make it too easy for them. So we came in, then we travel around, we do presentation. So he become my administrator. You organize. Because I want him to learn, I want to test his organizing ability. Let him do it. Then slowly he started to do his prospecting. He's become slowly independent. The important thing is, when you are new, you got to be independent as fast as possible. Even though I'm his father, I don't want him to drag for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or 10 years. Where some people say, oh, I'm only a part-timer. So part-timer, I do it when I'm free. Hey, no. I always say, it doesn't matter if you're a full-timer or a part-timer. Doesn't matter. But if you are a part-timer, be a serious part-timer. Spend some quality time in the business, even though a part-timer. Okay? So, and he did. Okay. Today I'm very happy. He's the president team. Okay? He has won few trips in Europe. We travel together. He brings his wife, I bring my wife. So it becomes a family holiday. And he's earning a very comfortable income right now. As a father, I'm very happy. At least he doesn't ask me for hand anymore. It's very important, right? So he's independent, and he has his own car given by Fitline. And then coming June, that's next month, both of us qualified to Paris, Luxembourg for the World Congress. And the beautiful part is we going to extend our stay in Europe, okay, for 1 month, and both of us will get recognized in Dubai as president, and I as a group president. It's a fantastic family. Our family bonding is so strong, one family, and we have a chance to travel together, which I see that a lot of family are like this, bonding among their children. And this is something that we enjoy together, we laugh together, we play together, you know. So relationship is getting very close.
Wonderful. I mean, such an incredible story. Uncle, well done.